Greetings all and welcome to Dave's Craft Room. And on today's video, I have huge news. I have been hired to work and make quilts for one of the greatest children's toy moguls on the planet, Rich. His name is Santa Claus, and I have the honor of making some quilts which he's going to gift to some of the children of the planet Earth. This is huge for me because I've always wanted to partner with some big names and get paid to make my art. And also the quilts are going to some children from the planet Earth. I'm from the planet Earth too, so I find that very serendipitous. And let's get into it. What are we even making? So the first one that Santa has asked me to make is Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. So I'm gonna make this Pokemon quilt. I'm so excited to make a Pokemon quilt because I'm a huge fan of Pokemon from my childhood. Not this piece. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. I used to watch it every day after school with my brother. It used to come on. And I also used to collect the cards. My favorite Pokemon is obviously Charizard. I also like Wigglytuff, Cubone. My least favorite Pokemon, definitely Meowth, definitely Butterfree. Definitely the horrible ones, definitely Wheezy. So I want to challenge myself on this quilt. There are 151 original Pokemon. I'm talking about original. What you have to understand is my fandom for Pokemon is a little bit stuck in time in like 1997, 98 when I was a fan of it. After that, in like the early 2000s, they start adding more and more and more Pokemon. I don't know about all that. I don't get into all that. As far as I'm concerned, I only know about the original 151 that I know about. And so my goal is to put all 151 Pokemon in this quilt that Santa is going to gift someone for Christmas. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. I found this panel on the internet, I do not remember where, by Robert Kaufman. Design number 17225, Pokemon, 2017, by Robert Kaufman. I did cut out one little Persian before because I used Persian in my 100 Days, 100 Blocks quilt. But it's okay because I have Persian on another piece of fabric that I can put in. This panel has all 151 with the exception, but it originally has all 151 Pokemon on it. I know it does because I surely did sit there and check with a checklist and make sure it has them all on it. So as long as I get each one from in here, as well as a Persian, on the quilt top, I should have all 151. But I don't have to use them all from here because I also have other Pokemon fabric, which I mean, this just has like Pikachu, Squirtle, Wartortle, and I think Charmander. And then like this here, is that Bulbasaur? These, I guess those are the 4 Pokemon that are on everything, or at least on all these Robert Kaufman fabrics. These are not all Robert Kaufman, I don't think. Or maybe they are. So far, they've all been Robert Kaufman. So these are just, I mean, all I did was Google or look on eBay or Amazon for Pokemon fabric and then buy fat quarters of it. Also, this one has Eevee on it as well, and Meowth. Guys, I'm sorry about it. Sorry if people like Meowth. I don't know anyone that likes Meowth. I can't think of a more annoying character in fiction than Meowth. I mean, a Pokemon that talks and speaks English? No, thank you. We're not tuning into Pokemon because we want them to speak. Then again, we don't want them to be silent either because I do not like Mr. Mime. Okay, we don't need a humanoid Pokemon miming stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that just creeps me out. But anyway, so these are not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I do have more. Remember I said I have some more fabric with a Persian on it? Persian is on here somewhere. And then these are some panels. Some of them are a little big, so I don't necessarily have to use the whole thing, but I like it. I mean, if it's like too big, it might not look good, but that's why we go to the design wall and put it on the design wall to check if it looks good. That's the point of the design wall. I like this. Ash and Pikachu. Pikachu looks a little bit derpy. Why does Pikachu's head look so flat? And then there's a pillowcase. I think I might just put the word Pokemon on the quilt if there's room for it. I mean, it's not like they're gonna forget or not know, you know what I mean? But obviously, it's a Pokemon quilt. You can have the title. This is a pillowcase, and I've put pillowcases in quilts before. It works fine. I mean, granted, that's not the type of material you normally want to sew with, but it works. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna cut this up strategically to be able to get the most out of it. There's like these random squares that don't have a Pokemon in there. So I don't want to use those because that's wasted real estate. I want it to be tight because I hope it's a twin size quilt. So a twin size quilt can be good. That's it. Let's get started. You know what? I need a checklist just to make sure I do get all 151 in there because that's the challenge. I used to know them all by heart. That was 20 years ago, more than. So I cannot necessarily identify them just by their names anymore. I need a picture. So let me start. Let me get everything cleaned up. I have this panel, which is a bit too big. Well, it's really two, but I wanted to see whether I could cut out these Pokemon and use them instead of the small image because I'm trying to add more interest and not have it just look like a grid. So let's see, we have Clefairy. Where is Clefairy? Oh, there's Clefairy. She's on the edge. I could cut off Clefairy and then have Mewtwo and Dugtrio standing alone. So now I have Mewtwo and Dugtrio standing alone. That's Mewtwo and Dugtrio. Here, I'm gonna cut Clefairy out of here and use that. I just feel like it's adding more interest this way. Now let's do the same with Poliwhirl. Where's Poliwhirl? There's Poliwag. Oh, here's Poliwhirl. He's on the end. Poliwhirl. Now I'm not doing it with Meowth because I do not like Meowth. You know what? I will do it with Meowth because he's right here. So now we have Oddish just chilling there, and let me get Meowth. Okay, here's our Meowth, and lastly, a Squirtle. Where is Squirtle? Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirtle. Oh, there's Squirtle. Squirtle is very iconic. I think we should. Here we go. Here's Squirtle. Oh, here. Good, good. Now let's have Excellent. Okay. Now we use all the filler fabric to fill up the gaps. We make it work. I have a fusible 80-20 batting that is fusible on both sides, and I initially did some free motion quilting, but I realized that the layers were coming apart. I have not had much luck with the fusible batting. I think the fusible is just not strong enough for me, and this happened before, I think, in the unicorn quilt, but I think I bought like a few of the same battings at a time for the Santa Claus quilts, so I just wanted to still at least use up the batting I had already bought. Other people have commented that fusible batting does work for them, so maybe it's just me, but I'm not going to be super delicate with it when I'm free motion quilting, so for me, I need a stronger form of basting, such as safety pins or big stitches. Guys, I'm not going to use the fusible batting again because it's just not staying together, and I'm now having to add all these safety pins in if I'm going to safety pin it. I would just safety pin it to begin with. The fusing is just not strong enough, like look. This is supposed to be fused. That's not fused, and I've went over it with the iron so many times. That is not a fusible. I should not be able to just peel it off like that. Looks like it's fused to the back better, but I've been over this so many times with the iron, and it's supposed to be fusible on both sides. Oh, look, now it fused to the top, but it came undone from the back? Come on, we're not, If I need to add safety pins to it, I just won't even bother fusing it. I'll just safety pin it to begin with. Alright, back to quilting. Alright, this is the final result. I met Blitzen on the roof of my house at midnight to give him the quilt to take back to the North Pole for Santa Claus, and I understand that Santa did gift it to a child. So, if you like my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. I publish new quilting videos every other Tuesday. Alright, this is the finished quilt, and I have to give it one more once over to make sure all 151 original Pokemon are here. So we have Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Rattata, Raticate, Spearow, Fearow, Ekans, Arbok, Pikachu, Raichu, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Female Nidoran, Nidorina, Nidoqueen, Male Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoking, Clefairy, Clefable, Vulpix, Ninetales, Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, Zubat, Golbat, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Paras, Parasect, Venonat, Venomoth, Diglett, Dugtrio, Meowth, Persian, Psyduck, Golduck, Mankey, Primeape, Growlithe, Arcanine, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Abra, Kadabra, Alakazam, Machop, Machoke, and Machamp, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Victreebel, Tentacool, Tentacruel, Geodude, Graveler, Golem, Ponyta, Rapidash, Slowpoke, Lowbro, Magnemite, Magneton, Farfetch'd, Doduo, Dodrio, Feel, Dugong, Grimer, Muck, Shelder, Cloyster, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, Onyx, Drowsy, Hypno, Krabby, Kingler, Voltorb, Electrode, Execute, Executor, Cubone, Marowak, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Lickitung, Coughing, Wheezing, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Chansey, Tangela, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Seadra, Vol'jin, Seaking, Staryu, Starmie, Mr. Mime, Scyther, Jinx, Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros, Magikarp, Gyarados, Lapras, Ditto, Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Porygon, Omanite, Omastar, Kabuto, Kabutot, Aerodactyl, Snorlax, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, Mewtwo. So, that is all 151 Pokemon. That's going to be all for today's video. Thank you for coming to Dave's Craft. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and please come again.